Lewis here about that RV life. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time. I'm a little rusty at this, to be honest with you, so bear with me. But I did write down kind of a list of things I wanted to go over. First of all, for all you loyal followers and subscribers and stuff like that, I just wanted to apologize. It's been a long time as far as like any sort of long form content. We've done a handful of interviews and stuff like that, but I definitely wanted to get back to getting some content out there. I think over the last couple of years, as we've grown, and we'll talk about some of those numbers and what that looks like, we have definitely been in a place where, gosh, there was a lot of content I should have recorded, but just in the busyness of being in the season, like I just didn't and I couldn't. And looking back, definitely missed some opportunities. But with that, we had learned so much over the last couple of years, and are continuing to learn that I'm gonna start to put together some more videos on those things that we learned. So for sure. So again, just apologize for that, but really excited to be back in kind of the mix of things. It's off season right now, so I'm trying to get some videos and some content out. I don't know if you guys know this. Well, this video is just basically going to be about some life updates and kind of where we've been, what we've been up to, and some of the things that we're working towards. A lot of cool and exciting things happen in our RV rental business and just in life in general. Really cool stuff happening. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but I did. I think not last year. It was last year. I quit my job, so we went full time, 100% full time in this business. And we currently are at 51 RVs that we have on our website that we're running out. And we're looking at expanding that to 75, 100 plus. And of course, people always start to ask those questions. God, how do you drive them? Where do you store them? All those types of things. Well, we bought some property. And as most of you guys know that have followed us for a while, the Gorge Amphitheater has been a huge moneymaker for us. It's a big venue. And a lot of, I'd say 75 to 80% of our rentals go to the Gorge. So it's been an area where we are just constantly focused on how can we squeeze more out of that lemon, right, out of that orange, and get more juice out of that. So we bought some property that's literally 6 minutes from the Gorge. So that's going to help us out in delivery. It's going to help us out in just overall, just being closer to the Gorge. And if we have an emergency or certain things happen, whatever, we're right there. So what has this business done for us? Well, it's definitely created some opportunities. When we first started this with just one unit, never would have imagined that we would, have basically an empire that we're building today. And it's been kind of wild. It's been a very wild trial and error, make a lot of mistakes type of run for us. But my wife and I just continue to keep kind of putting our heads down and keep kind of running towards the goal, which right now it's just constantly moving. I don't know where it's going to end, but I think at some point in time, we maybe would like to sell the business, down the road, because it is a lot of work, a lot of liability, a lot of things that you have to constantly look after. So anyway, so that's what's been going on. So with the money that we've been making, it's created some opportunities for us. We bought a couple of gyms here locally in our little town of Royal City, Washington, and that's been able to help us create some sort of a little bit of a passive income, so that we've got some extra income coming on the side during the off season. That's really kind of why I bought them, is because I was kind of getting bored during the off season and definitely had lots to do, but just I needed to keep myself busy, and I need to get back in the gym myself anyway. I used to go quite a bit when I was younger, and it just, I just kind of just didn't. So back into the gym, real excited about that. Yeah, 50 plus RVs. That's kind of where we're at as far as numbers wise. And I'll put some videos out as far as how we got them. A lot of people probably ask those questions. We own 9 of the units, and we just recently bought one last year. And the rest are all co-assignments. The rest are all RV rental agreements that we have with people that own units that don't use them as often as they would like to, and they're just sitting there. So what we've been able to do is create a program that helps them create some passive income during the season, so they can at least make their payments or make a little bit of income. We still have a handful of investors that have come out and have really supported us and believed in us and have bought in units on our behalf so that we could rent them out for them and help them create some income, and nice little tax write-off for them. Um, so yeah, so the property, let's talk about this. And I'll put a video out, and put some drone footage out, kind of some plans on what we're looking at to do. We've got to get some permitting done, but it's I think it's 10.3 acres near the gorge, right off one of the main roads there. So we're really excited about that. Obviously, that's gonna cut down a ton of delivery time because we're literally, like I said, 5 to 6 minutes from the gorge. 4 minutes from one of the other campgrounds that gets rented out quite a bit, which is Wild Horse, which is a great campsite, and then Cave B, which is another great campsite that we're literally right there. So real excited about that and what the opportunities are going to create there. This property is going to allow us to, create some storage opportunities. It's also going to allow us. There's a big shop on it, so I want to do some mobile tech type support. Want to start a mobile tech business and run everything out of that shop. It's a huge shop. I mean, you can fit probably a 40+ foot fifth wheel in the shop, and then it's got another side shop, and then there's another area in the back where we can kind of store some of the smaller units, and it's covered and it's enclosed. It's got a garage door, shop door, and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of work to do. It does have a double wide on it, which I'm hiring a full-time employee. So that's another update here is we're finally kind of biting the bullet and hiring one full-time year-round employee that is going to take a ton off our plate so that we can kind of focus a little bit back on family and just a little, stuff like that. And then growing the business and just being creative on what we want to do with, some of this income that we're making. This property down the road will allow us to put some powered spots in and some sewage and stuff like that. So we're working on a couple of things there, but really excited about that. And then it's got a couple of washout dump stations. So as you guys start to grow your fleet, you'll understand that you need places like that that'll allow you to save a ton of time. If you have multiple units and you're always having to move them around, and if you're not always at like full hookup sites, then you're going to get to a point where it's going to be very tough for you guys to wash out your black tanks and clean them out and stuff like that. So that's something we really, really wanted to look for. Another cool thing is we're going to start dabbling in with this property into Airbnb type business. So what we have there is there used to be a park model home. So I literally just a couple weeks ago had a gentleman reach out. He's got a beautiful 44-foot Palomino. It's a park model RV that they used to live in while they're building a house, and just super stoked about it. It's beautiful. It's got like 4 slides, sleeps like 8 to 10 people. It's going to be a nice. So we're gonna set that up as a stationary rental. So this is going to be kind of our first experience with stationary rental. So again, lots of content to put out there. And we're just real excited about what that's going to create. I don't know, income wise, we got to, obviously we're going to create an environment for the renter. And as they come in, it's going to be more of a private, quiet type of a place. One thing we learned about our area and the gorge and stuff like that is we are the number one. The article I was reading said we're number one in the nation for Airbnb. So I can imagine that's because of the gorge and all that brings and stuff like that. So pretty excited about that. And then it's got this big back open area that we're going to kind of clear out, flatten out, fence it, and then just store the units securely. I've got a camera system, security system going in here within the next week or so. So just all sorts of great opportunities with this property, and we're hoping that it's going to pay off. We kind of went all in on this and did a is a big risk for us, but we're excited about the payoff, and I think that in long term it's going to pay off really, really well for sure. One simple thing that I forgot to mention in the beginning was that we changed our name. So we changed our name to Central Washington RV Rentals. So for some of you guys that have an RV rental business, maybe you started off with a simple website, or maybe just kind of your LLC name, which is what we did. It was LR Valdez Rentals LLC. We didn't really know what to call it. We didn't really think we were going to get this big. And then just talking to people over the last couple of few years, there's a saying, you should actually choose something a little bit more, a little bit more that's just going to kind of explain where you are. And if you look at the Washington State as a map, we're literally like right in the center of it. And so Central Washington RV Rentals was a great pick for us. We like the website name, and it's worked out great for people that are actually looking for rentals in this area because we're in Central Washington, Central Eastern Washington anyway. So that was one little thing there. And then as far as some of the things that we're going to continue to do, or I'll continue to do during this off season, is I'm still going to be doing some Patreon stuff. I'd like to get back into consulting. We were doing a lot of consulting and We're doing some one-on-one type coaching stuff. I want to get back into that. We still have our Patreon, which should be down in the description. So if anybody wants to do one-on-one coaching on how to start your business from beginning to end, and from scratch, like, we can definitely help with that. We've consulted a number of people over the last couple of years and helped them kind of get their business off the ground. We know, there's some folks that we had that literally had 0 units, and then they went to 3 to 4, and then before you know it, they've got their own business. There's a gentleman I know that is doing really, really well on the the East Coast, and I want to say I think he even bought a business, and he's got just good stuff going on, 10, 20 units already and stuff like that. So I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. I'm glad you guys were able to tune in just for this quick short video. Gosh, it's 11 minutes. That's not short. But just wanted to update you guys on some life stuff and the things that have been going on. A lot of good, exciting things. And if you guys got any questions, a lot of people have reached out to me directly, my email, my phone number. I mean, it's not hard to find. So we're going to definitely be getting back on that Patreon chain. So find my Patreon, reach out to me. We do month-to-month stuff. And then, and then anything else, as far as, how we're putting this business together, we're going to be putting some more content on that. So anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys have given us. And as always, happy camping.